and today is actually the day of my store championship. We're currently about 5 hours out from the start time, as we're starting in about 7. So just this video is kind of off the cuff. It's gonna be semi-vlog style, as I'm gonna be talking about some things, and I will be recording my matches, hopefully. If no one has an issue with it. I've already asked our group chat and everything, but you know, sometimes you get there and people are like, hey, I might have said yes before, but now I'm not feeling like it, so we'll just play that by ear. And I'm not sure if those are going to be in a separate video or if they're just going to be tagged on at the end. I feel like if I just tag them on at the end, it's going to be a super, super long video. So we should be doing that. It should be 3 to 4 rounds, depending on how many people show up. I'm going to assume 4 rounds with how hype it's been in our group chat. This is the first one our locals has ever done. And yeah, so I'm expecting a lot of Crossheart and a lot of Jessmon. Just from how several of our locals players have played in the past. So I have built around that, and I'm also expecting some Minerva Loop. I know for a fact there is a Minerva Loop player that's going to be there today. And I'm not sure what else to expect. I'm going to do the deck profile next. And after that, this is the list that I'm going to be working with. It's based on some theories I've had of what people may be playing, because BT10's been out for a little bit, so let's get into this. So far, our eggs, we are playing 4 Digimon. It just says during your turn when you play an option, draw a card, and we are playing a total of 8 options, so it should trigger quite often. Then we are playing 2 Pillowmon. Pillowmon says our opponent can't play Digimon by effects. So basically what this is here, it's here to stop the Minerva Loop deck, as Minervamon and several other options play Digimon by effects. So that's why this is here. Then we are playing 2 Solarmon. Now this is a red Digimon. It can't Digivolve on Viximon, so we are hard playing this one 90% of the time. But what this one says is our opponent cannot reduce play costs. So this is here to stop Crossheart, because they like to use their Digicross to reduce play costs. Same with Blue Flare. So this is just here to help us in those matchups. And then we are playing the actual level 3 for this deck, which is the Patamon, saying when a Digimon is deleted by having its DP reduced to 0, we get a memory, and that is once per turn, once per copy, so we can possibly trigger that up to 4 times per turn if we have all 4 of these on field as inherited effects. The odds of that happening are slim to none. Then we are playing 4 Kazemon for our hybrid package. This just Digivolves on a yellow tamer for the cost of 2. And then we are playing 4 Zephyrmon as another hybrid. Again, it can Digivolve on a tamer for the cost of 2. However, it can also Digivolve on a level 3 for a cost of 3. And it can Digivolve onto a level 4, so probably our Kazemon for the cost of 1. And it has the on Digivolving effect of if it has a hybrid in its Digivolution cards or a tamer, not a tamer, specifically Zoe or Imota, all our security Digimon get plus 3k, which is really, really nice. With Zoe in the traits, they all gain plus 6k, so they're all going to be really, really big as is. Then we are playing 2 of the Rapidmon. What this Rapidmon does is on Digivolve, you can rest your Digimon up to the number of tamers you have. So you suspend Digimon up to the number of tamers you have, and then up to 3 of your opponent's Digimon get minus 5k. So basically this is here to help us out bigger things. It helps us stop Rookie Rush and other things like that. Then we are playing 3 of the Rise Greymon from BT2. It says when Digivolving, play a tamer for free, and then has the inherited effect of if you have 3 or more yellow tamers in play, it gets security attack plus 1, so it helps us be a little bit more aggressive. And then we are playing 3 of Rise Greymon X. So this is a pseudo boss monster for the deck. It says when digivolving, you can play a tamer for free, and then when this happens, if you have a Rise Greymon or X Antibody and its Digivolution cards, you can target one Digimon your opponent controls, have its DP reduced by 2k for each yellow tamer you have in play, which is enough to usually kill the Digimon. And then we are playing the one Jet Sylphimon. Jet Sylphimon is here to help us recover because it can Digivolve for 1 on top of a hybrid. And then for our Mega lineup, we are playing 2 Shine Greymon. Again, if they're going wide, this helps us out the board. It's similar to Rise Grey X, except this one rests all our yellow tamers and then reduces 1 by 4k for each yellow tamer that we rested, but this activates individually, so if you rest 2 tamers, you can give them neg 4k to 2 different Digimon. Then, for the newer ones from BT10, we are playing 2 of the Venusmon. And when Digivolving, all of your opponent's Digimon gain security attack neg 1 until the end of your opponent's turn. And also during the opponent's turn, all of your opponent's Digimon with a security attack modifier, so this can be a negative security attack modifier or a positive security attack modifier, cannot attack this Digimon and cannot activate their one attacking or Digivolving effects, which is really, really nice and combos well with one of our options we're playing later on. And then we are playing 2 of Sakuyamon Maid Mode. When Digivolving, you may play 1 option card with plug-in in its name, or that's yellow and has a cost of 5 or less from your hand without meeting its color requirements. Then you place the option card used with this effect on top of your security stack face down instead of placing it in the trash. So with this, you can play Holy Flame, give everything neg 1, and then put Holy Flame on top. You can play Sunrise Buster, play a tamer for free, blow something up, and then put Sunrise Buster on top, which is really, really good. For options, we are playing... I don't even know how to pronounce this. Leonke Adistacto? I believe. I don't know how to pronounce that. Well, you have a Pulsemon or a Digimon Pulsemon. It's a Digivolution card. You may use this card without meeting its color requirements. We're not playing Pulsemon, but this is a yellow deck, so we're going to be meeting its color requirements easy. If you have 3 or more security cards, one of your opponent's Digimon gets neg 12k DP for the turn. If you have 3 or fewer security cards, place one of your opponent's Digimon face down on top of their security attack. So this card is working as a pseudo Wyvern's Breath and a kind of a chaos degradation. So it helps us out things whether we're higher up or lower on security. Then we are playing 3 Holy Flame. It says give one of your opponent's Digimon neg 3 security attack on play. And then in security, all your opponent's Digimon get neg 1 security attack. Then we are playing 3 Sunrise Buster. Sunrise Buster says you may play a yellow or red tamer from your hand, ignoring its cost. And then you give one of your opponent's Digimon neg 2k for every tamer you have, I believe. Is it neg 2? Neg 3k, okay. So it gives neg 3k. I get that confused because Rise Grey gives neg 2k and Shine Grey gives neg 4k. This is right there in the middle. So that's actually it for the options. Sunrise Buster is a really, really good card. And that's it for the options. On to Tamers. For our Memory Tamer, we are playing 3 TK. This has the generic memory effect, and it lets us look at our security stack and add a card. If we add a yellow, re-rec 1. Then we are playing 3 Zoe Orimoto. This lets us look at our security stack and add a hybrid. And if we do, we rec 1. The reason we're not playing 4 of this is because, again, we only have 9 hybrids now instead of 12, because unfortunately Jet Selfie is at 1. Then for our last pure color tamers, we have the TK and Kari. This says if we're lower on security, we gain 2 memory. And then we can rest it to reduce something's DP when attacking. Then, for our red-yellow tamer, we are playing 2 Tai Kari. This says if we have 3 or less security and our opponent has 3 or less security, gain a memory. So if both of us are at 3 or less, we gain 2 memory. And it also rests when attacking to reduce the security DP. So if we were to hit something in their security, it has lower DP by 2k. And And then we play 1 TK and Izzy as our final tamer. This one says if we have a level 5 or higher in play, gain a memory, and if our opponent has a level 5 or higher in play, we gain a memory at the start of our turn. And I can't remember what the second effect is. Second effect is when one of your Digimon digivolves into a yellow or green tamer, you may suspend this to give something -1k DP. So it also helps us out things that are problematic. And put him to 6. But he does counter with the Cerberus Mon and then straight into the Mist Memory boost. I don't believe anything really got going for us this game. We do got the Jet Selfie in our hand, which is really, really nice here early game. So here we see the Venus Mon come down, and we have a little bit of an issue here. I forgot that Jet Selfie only does the 2, reduces the Evolution by 2 if there's a tamer. So you saw me take away the wreck, because I thought it didn't do the wreck. So then you see me look at there and just put the wreck back. So that's what that was. But I've learned I don't really like Venusmon in this deck. Venusmon is a good card, it doesn't do enough, I feel like. Every time I made the Venusmon in the actual tournament, I would just rather have had Shine or the Maid mode. So as you can see here, we're actually building up a stack in the back as he is popping off. I believe I hard played the Pillamon here, just to put him to 3. Pillamon does really, really good in this match because he is playing Merva, which means Pillamon just shuts down a lot of his playing by effects. Alright, so he does hit security, and it does hit the Maid mode, I believe. Both of his security checks, both first ones were the Maid mode. Yep, there's the first Maid mode. And I'm going to be cutting down the slower parts where there's just been a lot of thinking in this match. And there's the scatter Digimon scatter mode. Scatter mode in back. And then there's the Analog Youth. Adding the Omnimon Zwart D. Not Omnimon Zwart D, it's just Omnimon Zwart. So this is actually the only match all day where Venusmon felt decent, because you'll see later on I just kept holy flaming the Zwart D. So out comes the Eismon scatter mode. Checks, and it does die because it gets a Rise of Great X. You can see the Sunrise Buster there in my hand. I don't know what well, there's nothing for me to hit with it. Yep, and he pops the pillow. Yep, and then I just go in Venusmon for a check. I believe we get him down just to 1 security left before this goes out of hand. Because I believe we did 2 games in this match, and both times he just started looping, and then by that point there was nothing I could really do. As you can see, we're just chilling on a Venusmon. Nothing else is really sticking to the board. And then he does kill the Venusmon there with the Death Claw. I believe that was. Don't know what I'm thinking about here. Oh, I believe we were talking to someone here. I just played out another Tamer. Yeah, this first game was super, super rough. It took me forever to just see Tamers. So he goes Cerberus spawn, not werewolf mode. So yeah, I do like how the werewolf mode just loops here and then you just rush and hit. I don't know why I just moved the dice all the way down and back, because who fucking knows. And off TK I had Patamon, finally getting me a rookie. And yeah, he forgot to trigger the analog use, but I let him do it this game. And yeah, there's the Horikaku rushing in, hitting one of my final securities. I believe he's got the loop going now. I remember if it was this turn he got the loop going or next turn. Yep, this is the one he got the loop going with. Kills the Minervamon, brings back the Cerberus spawn, and the Cerberus spawn pops the 1, gains a shit ton of memory. And then he rushes in. And then he does it all over again. You see, I just scooped it up there and decided to give game 2. Alright, I don't think my hand was too good this game either. Yeah, I just hard play Rise Gray and pass. That does not feel very good. Then he's got the Cerberusmon thing going very, very early. Yep, and then off analog if he grabs Minervamon. I believe this game didn't take anywhere near as long. Off that check, he hits TK, and I had Patamon. And he Digivolves to Minervamon. And I Digivolve Patamon and back. Digivolves the Venusmon again. And putting him at 1, hoping it prevents him from looping. Which I can't remember if it actually panned out for me and bought me extra time or not. Hopefully, yeah, here's this work. He had to read it just to clarify everything that was going on. So we promote Patamon. Play the Holy Flame to give Swart more negs, so it still can't do anything. And yeah, then we get Rapidmon. And then we get rid of the Gazi, and then gain a memory off Patamon. And then we swing Rapidmon in, hit a Mist Mem. Then we just hard play Solarmon. I did that this way I could not put him any higher on memory, and this way I would have the red source later for a Sunrise Buster if I needed it. So he hard plays his Mat, putting me to 1, but then my TK just puts me to 3, and he adds back the Goblimon. So I don't actually. Yep. Then I just Holy Flame down the Sword again, trigger Fixie to draw. So that's the thing with this deck, sometimes I really miss Dino Humon being able to bridge the gap between red and yellow. I may try to find space for him. I do know I am cutting the Venusmons, however. We did evolve the Rise, do play a Tamer. So yeah, I do have the red source, not carrying Solarmon dies at this point. So he does kill the Solarmon. And he paused Miss Memory, just a hard play Death X. So he does Death X, does Digivolve everything, but I do Armor Purge my Rapidmon to save my Patamon. And then I believe I just can't remember if I go another Rapidmon or what I did here. But I do know I out the Death X spawn somehow. Yeah, I spent a lot of time thinking about this. So I do Digivolve Rapidmon. And I do suspend both of them, giving, I believe, yeah, both of them neg 5k. And then I just sat here trying to think, what the hell do I do? And I don't remember how I outed it. I think it was a Sunrise Buster. No, okay, I paid 8 memory to put... I think I still had more than 3 security, so I just put Death X in trash instead of on top. And then Patamon gives me a memory, so putting him at 7, not really good, but I did what I had to do. And then he's got the Cerberus spawn going. I think he starts looping this turn, yep. Yep, and he's got the loop going now. Yeah, we're just sitting here talking, and this is where D goes in. Yep, there's the Minervamon. Get another Tamer. I think my entire security was nothing but Tamers, but here's the loop again. Got a rush, so he swings in, hitting my final check. At least what I believe was my final check. Now I've got the Sunrise Buster in there, and yep, and then I just scoop it up because there's not much else I can really do there. Hey guys, so I just want to take a last couple minutes here. I know this video is going way longer than I expected. So just a recap for the tournament. Venusmon is really bad in this deck. Every time I've seen it, I would rather have had Shine or the Maid mode. Maid mode is super, super good. Just being able to play any of our options for free and then essentially recovering one is really, really nice. It feels like more jet selfies again. Shine Greymon's still really, really good. It came up one time when I didn't have it in hand, though, so he does come up, so I'm definitely keeping him in. Solarmon didn't really come up as much as I would like. When I could play him, there was no point. And when I needed him, I didn't really have him in hand. But I do see the red sources all the time, which is really, really nice now. So, round 1, we played against Crossheart. Game 1 was going really, really good. We were able to get them down to 1 check, relative 1 security check really, really quickly. However, after that, nothing happened, right? We whiffed our hybrid several turns in a row, and he was outing the ones we had on field, so we weren't able to push in for the game, and he ended up getting that one. Game 2 didn't go very, very well for us. I believe we only seen 2 Tamers the entire game, and if you know how this deck works, you kind of need to see Tamers. So, yeah, we lost that game. Round 2, we played against X Antibody. So this round 1, I won. I believe through my hybrids. I believe it was a relatively quick game, but he did brick. Game 2, he was able to get that pretty quickly. I don't remember that match very, very well. And it's nothing against him. I just have terrible memory. And then game 3, I remember him having Breath of the Gods on an Oryukin, and then I use Maid mode with the new 8-cost option. I can't remember the name of it. We translated the name of it. It's like Lance Thrower, Ruthless Lance, or something like that. So that's what I'm going to call it. I'm just going to call it Ruthless Lance. So we used that to put the Oryukin on top of their security and then just put it back. Because we were at 0 security in this game 3, because he opened the nuts and we opened nothing. But we were able to pull it out to win round 2. Just because of Maid Mode doing that and then buying us enough field presence. And then round 3 was against the Minervamon player you just seen. So that one went game 1. We just took all security in one turn using our hybrids and swung for game with a Kazimon. Game 2, he won. I can't remember these game 2s for some reason. Game 3 was a very, very long, grindy game, but we ended up just hybriding for game off Zephyrmon. So then we get to round 4. Round 4, holy crap. It was really, really rough. The Pillowmon, I seen it. He was able to out it by killing it with a Jessmon, and so on and so forth. And yeah, he just outsped us. There was nothing I could do. Game 1. Game 2, I didn't see any tamers again. This was the second game that day I didn't see any tamers. And he just outsped and got it again. So 4 rounds. We went 2-2. I'm not mad with the results. I'm not upset about them in any way. I do think we could have done better, though. But yeah, overall, it was a nice store championship. I was able to sell some cards, move some cards, and pick up a few things that I needed. And I do have some ideas to make this deck better. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys, hopefully, in the next video.